And I know, I got so, and literally that makes me so happy, right? Because it's like, how do you leave the world better than you? It doesn't have to be huge, like we don't all have to be Oprah, but how do you leave the world just a little bit better than you found it? And I think that is, I can really die happy knowing that a choice that people around me were like, this isn't good enough, this isn't big enough, this isn't, and I said, you know what, but my heart and my soul, I never saw an Ella that looked like me on TV, and I love learning, and I do love science, so I want to represent a character that didn't exist when I was a kid. And so, I did.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hi.
Hi, my name's Tony and I wanted to ask you, what is your favorite dance move from hip hop?
Oh, gosh, I'm gonna date myself. I guess I mean, I put it in the show, so I guess it really is like I love when like everything is moving at all times, and obviously like the snake, you know. Yeah, I'm a big snake person, and I wish I could pop and lock, like 80s styles. I cannot, but yeah. And then the classic, booty line out. But yeah, snake and like moving everything at the same time. That's my favorite move, the hammer time move. Yeah. Hello.
Hi, how are you, Ms.
I'm
Garcia?
good.
My name's Rich, and I'm a big fan, but my fiance is probably one of your biggest fans because she's not only a scientist, but wore the shirts well before season 2. She's wearing them right now.
I love that. Well, thank you. Hopefully I get to meet her.
Well, my question is, I know that on the show, your character loves Harleys. What is your favorite? What is your opinion about the motorcycle?
Motorcycles?
Yes!
Oy. Well, a dear friend of mine just got into a motorcycle accident. Here's my real opinion about motorcycles, is I think that you could be perfect in the gear and the helmet and all this stuff, but it makes me a little nervous about motorcycles is that you're putting your safety into the hands of people who are driving with cell phones. Yeah. So that makes me really, I live in LA and constantly, and I'm a pretty defensive driver, I'm chill, but I'm at all seconds, people will swerve into my lane and I'll just swerve away, and then I thought, gosh, if I wasn't paying attention, I could have gotten sideswiped by this person, but I'll always look at them, and they're on their phone, on the freeway and stuff. So things like that make me a little nervous now. However, if we're talking motorcycles in movies, like Batman's motorcycle, I would like to have one day. Will I ride it? I don't know. And I love that he's like, you're not saying what I want you to say or not. But I would probably never ride one myself. I would probably ride on the back of someone on an open road in the middle of Utah, where there's no traffic except for maybe the occasional, deer that you have to look out for. But if we're talking like Batman's motorcycle, that changes the narrative for me. And James Bond, and I just watched John Wick. So John Wick rides a very, very hip, oh my God, who says hip? A very cool motorcycle, of which if I ever get to be on an actual Batman motorcycle or John Wick motorcycle, I will definitely put it on my Instagram story to share with you all. But that's my opinion on motorcycles.
Thank you.
That was a first. Hello.
Hello, my name's Charles. I'm here because my wife's a super fan and I got dragged along. So I figured I'd go and embarrass her a little bit by trying to come up with a good question for you.
Love it.
So the one I came up with you is a little bit of turnabout. It's either going to be the easiest or the hardest question you have. Okay. What is a question that you've been dying for a fan to ask you, and then what's the answer to it?
Oh, you guys ask really good questions. Ooh, well, I guess no one's asked it here if there's going to be a Lucifer movie. I don't have an answer. You know, I was thinking, like, I know Tom comes a little later. I might be like, "Hey, Ellis, what are you feeling? How you feeling?" You know, we'll see. I've been planting seeds. So, you know, never say never. But I really have no news. But I would love to just get back with like the old gang and just, I don't know. I think it's like camp, right? When you have a really good time at summer camp, or you had a really great barbecue or whatever, it's like you just wanna, I would love to come back and play. And if it would have gone 3 more seasons, I would have been down. But above my pay grade, and I'm just, you know, a scientist, and that would be a question that I would love to have to answer. Definitively. You know, just, it's all about the presentation. So, yeah, let me know what he says. But don't throw me under the bus. Don't be like, "Oh, Amiee is so down." So, no, it's, TV, yeah, it's so funny because you know how we've had our, as you guys know, have been on this roller coaster with us. So we were canceled, picked up, and like I'm always the last one to get the news. You know what I mean? So it's like they go in the order. You know, I'm the last one on the show, and so I like look on Twitter. It's like Lucifer has been picked up, and then a call from my bosses like, "So we have news." I'm like, "Yeah, I know. I read it on Twitter." So you guys will probably know before. Just shoot me a message. Keep me posted. Hello.
Hi. I apologize. I am extremely nervous.
Oh, don't worry. You can't tell.
You've talked about how like upbeat and bright your character is, and I was wondering for you personally if there is a specific scene that is either the hardest or most emotional for you to get through.
Yes, the hardest scene for me, I think, was the scene with Pete, where he accosts her and throws her to the floor and almost chokes her out. And I think we had a director say, or our script supervisor was like, "This is one of the darkest scenes we've had on the show." So I kind of had to kill my funny bones that day, which is so hard because I feel like humor helps me get through life, you know? And that was really challenging to just not have any humor, any wink, any fun in that, and really represent what it was like to be a woman that was in a really bad relationship and nearly being choked to death. There's nothing funny about that. So that was very hard for me, and I wanted to do the scene justice. And I said, "Look, really go for it." And like when I rapped, I had marks all over my neck and bruises on my shoulders, and I said, "It's okay. Like I bruise easily, and don't worry." But that was really challenging for me because there was nothing in that scene about Ella except her fight, right? And her savviness of picking up the syringe. And so that was smart thinking. But other than that, you know, there was no goofiness in that scene, which is hard because I kind of lead with goof.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hey.
Hey, how are you?
Good, thank you.
My name is Charlie, and I'm a big fan of the show, although my mother is a bigger fan than me. The show has inspired me to actually become an actor myself. I'm currently in the middle of voice acting school specifically, but my question is, if someone came to you and they asked you for advice of the acting industry in general, what advice would you give and why?
I would say perseverance is the most important thing. It's 98% rejection, which could be so disheartening, but if you love it, just don't give up, right? You hear all these stories of Chris Pratt, or John Krakowski was about to go home and just quit acting, and then he got The Office. Or, you know, George Clooney doing like 13 pilots, and then he goes off and gets ER. The Walking Dead wouldn't sell anywhere, and the only place that would buy it, AMC. I didn't get 17 auditions in a row, and I was on the verge of quitting. I went home, I told my mom I can't take any more rejection, and then she was like, you know, you can quit, but then no one would see your gift. And so I tried out, bless you, I tried out, and I got the 18th audition, which was Dexter. So I would just say it sounds really cliche, but just don't give up. Like if that's what you want to do, if that's what makes you happy, if that's what fills you with joy, do it. And don't give up. And good luck. So I haven't seen this guy in a really long time. My family is obsessed with the night agents, and I go, Mom, what did you think of the show? What did you think of VB? And she's very honest, okay? Like she doesn't. This woman has no chill, and she goes, I like it very much. The only part I don't like is when TV die. Me no like. So she has.
I didn't like that part either.
And I hear, someone, I cannot confirm or deny, just got back. I go, hey, when are my friends coming? Because I was the first one here this morning. I rocked down to the lobby. I think I'm going to see everyone. Like, oh no, it's just you. You're first. I'm like, well, when are my friends coming? They're like, not till later, like 11, 1 o'clock. And I'm like, oh, okay, so I got the early shift. Cool. And then I'm like, when is Deeps coming? And they're like, well, he just arrived this morning because he went to the White House yesterday.
I won't lie, that was very cool. That was,
I have so many questions.
I have so many answers.
Oh, Deeps. Wait, would you Lucifer movie?
I would do a Lucifer movie.
Yes, we got two. We got two.
Yeah. Would you guys watch a Lucifer movie? Also, my apologies. I just didn't say good morning. So good morning, everybody.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You're so stealthy for being so tall. And you guys, okay? No one gave it away.
You guys were so good.
I can't believe it.
I was thinking to myself, no way, they're not going to be quiet. Thank you. That was amazing.
Wow.
Now we have to prank Leslie Ann.
Yes, let's do it. Let's do it. They're good. They're like
really good. All right.
Yeah.
All right.